Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, wearing clothes. I'm wearing some anime crap and a twice hat. So, there's a new K-pop group that's been revealed by the Black Label. They're called the ALLDAY Project. They're a co-ed group. The only co-ed K-pop group I know of currently is Card, but the first co-ed K-pop group that I ever saw was Sharp. They're like S sharp sign ARP. I'm assuming they're called Sharp, but I believe that was the first K-pop group I really got into, and I believe they're the first gen K-pop group, and that's back in the '90s. But yeah, so Sharp was my, I want to say, first K-pop group that I guess really followed. Maybe I don't know if "follow" is the right word, but I really enjoyed their music. I found out years later that there was just a bunch of drama and a bunch of BS involved with the group, but it is what it is. But and then I like Card. I've been a fan of Card since pre-debut. I've been following them. I have I don't have their last, like, I have all their comeback except for one, but I don't really just buy K-pop albums just to buy K-pop albums. But anyway, the new group that's coming out now, there's all these problems with the group. Now this group has Bailey Soak in it. Now, if you listen to this channel, I was talking about Bailey Soak 5 years ago, so I already like so her, because she does choreography, and so she did the choreography for Psycho, Red Velvet, and so I'm assuming this because this is from like 5 years ago, but that's when I was introduced to her because they were making it. It's such a big deal that she choreographed Red Velvet Psycho, and it looked like anyone else choreographed it. Like, it just looked like a regular K-pop choreography, but they were blowing out of proportion. So it was overhyped, and so then when I saw the music video and then like just the performance version, I'm like, okay, it looks like any other choreography. But that's here nor there. Anyway, she's a really good dancer. Okay, that's the whole point of it. Uh, Let me get rid of this. But yeah, so now she's in the group too. Okay, but so this group, the controversy. I'm only going to talk about one because there's people making issues about everyone in this group, and I don't know if people just do it because everyone else is doing it, like making a video about the group and then making a video about the problems of the group. And some of the problems people have, I won't get into because it comes off as just jealousy. Like, you're mad. I've seen people mad because the girl I just showed you, Bailey Soak, she's just a dancer, or she doesn't look like an idol, or she's just doesn't have the look. Usually with women, it's the way they look, but and they were questioning her singing ability. I don't know. I've never heard her sing. I've only seen her dance, but I don't know. And like, another girl is too rich. They're complaining about a girl being too rich. Anyway, but the complaint that I thought was stupid because they're trying to cancel someone already is this guy. Yeah, they're actually trying to cancel a guy. His stage name is Tarzzaan, Tarzzan. Real name is Lee Chaewon, and this is his Instagram. He's like a model, and I don't know all the details. Once again, I don't know what this guy had for breakfast. Okay, but you see his hair. In lots of his modeling pics, he wears braids, and apparently that the fact that he wears braids. See, he's wearing braids. That is problematic. Let me find another picture of him wearing braids. This is a problem. People are mad that he's wearing braids. They're already trying to get a protest before this group has even debuted because he has the nerve, the audacity. He has the audacity to wear braids in his hair. He is racist because he wears braids. He is culturally appropriating black culture. He is racist. Tarzzaan is racist. Okay. Now, you know how silly I think this is, and the call to cancel him and the group is just silly. If instead of pre-pro, because like the group hasn't come out yet, we haven't heard any music, nothing. So they're already pre-protesting. Okay? How about this? I have a suggestion. Go away. We don't need you. I mean, I say we. I just mean because I'm just a regular person. I know nothing about this group. I do like Bailey Silk. Maybe I'll check it out. But it's like whatever. But I'm just saying we don't need you. The group hasn't even come out, and you are mad. Now they're mad about other things too. Like I said, that one girl's too rich. The other girl, well, she's just a dancer. So like people are finding reasons to be mad. So it's another example of people with nothing to do sitting around being mad. And because this guy wears braids, remember he's a model. I'm just I'm not a model, but I think when you're a model, they tell you they give you all the clothes to wear, they do your hair, they do your makeup. So you're kind of like a living doll. Okay. So he is appropriating black culture and he is racist. I've read comments where they say he is racist. Okay. So just to make sure, I was like, and we already know the answer to this. Where did braids come from? And it came from, and I know some of these are from TV shows, but there are historic pieces. I see all these pictures of Vikings. Obviously not real Vikings, they're depicted, but they're giving you the hairstyles that they wore. They didn't have cell phones back then. So I don't know what to tell you. They're all, not all, a lot of braids. A lot of braids in these Viking hairstyles. Lots of braids here. They look just like, braids that other people wear. They could be black. They could be a different race, whatever. I'm just trying to say these braids are from Vikings. They're not from black people. But even if they were from black people, anyone can wear it. Okay? Viking braids. So why are we picking and choosing once again? Vikings started the trend. I've been to college and people people have come from Viking nations, basically all the European nations used to be Vikings. So France used to be like a Viking tribe, and they were named after the Francesca. It's like a hand thrown axe. The Anglo-Saxons were a Viking tribe. That's Britain, basically. England. What? Just all those countries. Europe, right? Swedish Viking tribe, Sweden Viking tribe. Just this is hundreds of years before they were associated with American blacks. Actually, what year were the Vikings most prominent? I don't know, and I'm gonna ask. Um, because I don't know that part. Um, okay, the late 8th century. Okay, we're talking 8th century, from around 793 A.D. to around 1066 AD was like their most active period. So these hairstyles existed 8th century, okay? So here he is. So his braids, these originated in the 8th century, and I know you guys might not know this. Vikings are white. Okay? Now, all the European countries weren't set back then, but so just pick a random one. So we'll just use the Anglo-Saxons, okay? So that's like where England is. Okay? So this is a white hairstyle. He is not racist. He is not racist towards black people because black people did not invent braids. They do not own braids. No one owns braids. I've never seen a Swedish person mad because someone else is wearing braids. This call for canceling this group is ridiculous. And it makes me think, because they're a new group from the Black label. So I'm thinking, is this people from like a rival label who just are worried that this group is going to be successful and they don't want the competition? That's possible. People have done that before. Because this fake outrage, and this is just over him though. This is over Tarzzaan. There's people mad about every member in the group. Now, whether it's justified or not, I mean, especially the jealousy about someone coming from a rich family. I don't know what to say, but people need to leave. You need to leave. If you're fake offended, we're just gonna stick with him. If you're fake offended because he's a model, and in his modeling, in lots of his modeling pics, he wears braids. If you think that's racist and are calling for a protest, then we already know the music is not for you. The group is not for you. So since it's not for you, you should just stop. And people just, and I've seen comments. One person leaves a comment, and then someone else reads the comment, and then they'll leave a comment saying the exact same thing. So people aren't even mad. They're just mad because someone else is mad. And they're, a sheep, a lemming, whatever, just doing what the person above them does. And, I don't, like, with me, I don't read every comment on these posts. But if you're the type of person who is offended by someone wearing braids, you probably are someone who reads every single comment on posts and probably want to fit in. And like if you saw someone make a comment about someone's braids and calling for a boycott or cultural appropriation, blah 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 blah, you're the type of person who would be heavily influenced, obviously, and just pretend to be offended, do your virtue signaling. See, and then, like, here's the thing, like, by saying someone is like acting black or pretending to be black because of their hair, you are reducing an entire race by their hairstyle. You're saying he's pretending to be black because of his hair. Isn't that weird? See, these people who virtue signal and are mad, they don't understand that they're the racist ones. I bet you he is just doing his job. He's getting paid. You know, this is a Esquire photo shoot. So everything he's wearing, everything he's doing what he's told right now. To go, hey, put this jacket on. We're gonna do your hair like this. Chew some bubble gum. Blah blah blah. We're gonna take some pics. So in his mind, he's like, I'm at work right now. In your mind, you're like, he's pretending to be a black person. He's racist. Do you see how stupid you sound? And you're also reducing an entire race to a hairstyle. And I mean, I don't know how he's acting black, but whatever. But those are the comments. I mean, some of the comments. Like this stuff has got to stop. It's got to stop. I mean, and I don't even know the guy. I don't even know the group. I know Bailey Silk because it's because she did the Psycho song for Red Velvet. But yeah, so and I will I have to look more into all the negativity for the other members because each member's getting some negative crap, but it's for nothing serious because it's trivial stuff like this. But when it comes to cultural appropriation, I can't stand that because we pick and choose when to be offended with cultural appropriation. Because you can really narrow it down to literally every single thing. And if you're going to use clothes, every single item of clothing you are wearing right now came from a different country. It originated from a different country. Like I said, the Chinese invented slacks. So if you're not Chinese, are you going to take your pants off? I mean, like, it doesn't make sense. The Egyptians are credited with dresses. So like women, only Egyptian women can wear dresses. I mean, this is just stupid. This is completely stupid, completely moronic. You're the racist one because you think if a person has braids, they're pretending, they're basically doing blackface. It's just stupid. So let's leave the group alone. If you don't like this group, if you don't like All Day Project for any reason, but right now we're focusing on Tarzzaan. That's his stage name. That's the name he goes by. No problem with that. If you are, because you haven't heard anything about this group, you haven't heard one song, you haven't seen one practice video, you just know who the members are. You already want to protest. Don't waste your time with that negativity. Take that energy you're using to protest pre-protest because they haven't done anything yet. Take that energy, take that pre-protest energy. Focus on something positive. Do something for yourself instead of being mad at the internet. Now, unless this guy, I don't know, killed someone, unless he kidnapped someone, put him in the trunk of his car and drove around really fast, there are things I can understand why you'd protest. If he beat up an old lady, I get it. If he, I don't know, robbed someone, I get it. But no, he's wearing braids. Nah, I'm not mad at that. And if you're mad at that, you're the problem. I mean, K-pop has a toxic fan problem, a toxic hop on the bandwagon cancel culture problem. you can't act like a race. You can only act like a stereotype, but that's not acting like a race. Like, I can try all I want, but I can't act Vietnamese because there's really no such thing as acting Vietnamese. Now I can do a stereotype. You know, I saw Full Metal Jacket. I could totally do that, but I'm not, because it'll totally change the tone of this video. I saw Platoon. I can totally do a Vietnamese stereotype, but I'm not. I've known people of just a lot of different races. You know, they've come from different parts of the world. In high school, I'll call him an acquaintance. I knew two. Actually, I knew two Vietnamese kids when I was in high school. One of them was named Jimmy. He was born in America. The other one was named Ding. He was born in Vietnam. They dressed completely different because one was, you know, American. So he acted like everyone else. He acted American. That was Jimmy. Ding was first generation Vietnamese here in America, and he he wore, you know, American clothes, but it looked like he shopped at Goodwill because, you know, it was just a different culture for him. But after a while, despite the language barrier, you know, his English was broken. He kind of acted just like everyone else. His English was broken, and then like he started dressing a little bit different because he started dressing like everyone else. He just kind of assimilated. The only difference is his English was a little off, but he didn't act Vietnamese. In fact, him and Jimmy acted the same, and then him and Jimmy acted the same as Johnny or whatever, you know. So everyone fit in, and everyone got along, and no one cared, you know. So we have to stop with a certain race owns stuff, and like you can act like a race. You can only act like a stereotype. And here's the thing. Most people, because it's hard to act. For the most part, most people like to get by. And the easiest way to get by is just to be yourself. And most people just act like themselves. And we have to realize that. People just act like themselves. Now, I know the thing is, the people that stand out, you know, like the crazy people that, like, you know, go overboard and try to act a certain way, you know, but we can't, you know, that's an outlier. And like, I understand making fun of those people, but canceling is pointless. It's stupid. Well, okay. Well, I've said enough about Tarzzaan. Cool name though. I think that's a cool stage name. But I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.